Wow. Wow. Well, unbelievable. I think we're here. If we're not, I don't really care. Sports Mass Collective, episode 84, the NFL Kickoff Spectacular with very special guests. We're at the Sports Den, as they call it, folks, here in beautiful Fairfield County, one of the most expensive counties in the world, and just an unbelievable space, just one of the many sprawling rooms in the estate here. Does the Wi-Fi work? Who knows? Who really cares? It doesn't matter. But we're back. Things are busy. Listen, hashtag real life, hashtag real person, hashtag real jobs. But we're here today, and that's all that should matter, for the NFL Kickoff with a few very special guests. And we may even have a pop-in real life person guest. Before we get to the sports, let's bring on these disgusting freaks who I align with. First and foremost, of course, the incomparable, the legend, the gambling menace, some call the caller, the man with no laurels but many scripts. Ladies and gentlemen, Victor Marca. Give him a hand.
Morning, good afternoon. How are you doing today?
Now, who's in the background there?
This is Special Olympics. Some of my buddies, some of the people I compete with and on a regular basis defeat. This is Tommy, and this is Danny.
Tommy, 7 names. Talking about defeat, how's your foot?
I am weight bearing on the boot. I got another. My doctor's a little kooky. He said 3 months in the boot. I don't think that's true. I think he's just been smoking some of that ganja.
Your doctor's Asian? Oh, you said kooky. I thought you said something else. Come on. It's a comedy show, folks. Lighten up. By the way,
Comedy.
You'll notice. Go ahead. Comedy. You'll notice I didn't play the Playing with the Boys theme at the top. Trying something new. Trying not to demonetize these shows as soon as they go up by playing Play with the Boys, because as you know, as Husey knows, I talk to Husey all the time about the magnificent numbers that come across my desk, and they only continue to rise. I remember the days we'd be happy when views got into the double digits, and now these are easily in the hundreds, sometimes thousands, and you should see the views that you don't see. I see the things that you don't see that come across my desk, Victor. It's unbelievable. So we need to make some buku bucks. So maybe I'll sing Playing with the Boys later on, but take it up with Kenny Loggins and his gay copyright restrictions on his music. Speaking of gay, something that she makes me not, ladies and gentlemen, she's taking over the internet these days with those things. It's Courtney Brooke.
Hello.
Courtney Brooke. Courtney sent me some gifts that I may or may not have made white to this week with her hiney and chesticles. Yep, think I'm lying. We tell the truth here. What's up, Courtney?
You better have jerked off to those. I'm going to be really pissed if you don't or didn't.
Clip it. Now, what happened? You
God.
said before the show you're a bit hungover. What did you do? Did you act out last night?
I don't remember. I did a stream with Vets Talking last night, and we ended up going way longer than expected, and I bought 1 bottle of Prosecco specifically for last night, but I also bought 2 bottles of Prosecco for tonight. Today. Stream tonight, but after a while, shit got out of hand, and I had to bust open another bottle of the Prosecco, and holy fuck, I got hammered. I didn't eat really at all yesterday. I forgot to. So, yeah, I got fucking hammered. And this morning, it took me a while to come back to life, but here I am.
Now you are getting old, aren't? Don't you have a birthday or something? I saw
today.
Whoa! Now what are you? 47?
Yeah.
Congrats. Getting there. Woman, Victor, did you know women love when you talk about their age?
When did you start upgrading the show? I thought it was just fucking sausage for the.
Yeah, why do you think I barely invited you since last football season? We've been ascending. It's me and Courtney and Ashley. Ashley Marie Thornton has been on the show many weeks in a row, Victor, flouting her laurels.
Yeah.
The most successful. People can laugh at her all they want. She's probably the most successful person on all of these shows who actually.
I don't laugh at her. I don't
you
laugh at
She's busy at a film festival right now.
She actually is. She messaged me. She wanted to apologize without me asking that she couldn't make the show. Of course, you know her. Didn't ask her to be on the show, but she sent me an apology that she couldn't make it anyway. And she did. What did she say?
Ashley. Yes.
That's the Ashley we all know and love. Now, she did say, what did she say? I think she said something to pass along to you, Victor.
I'm sure of it. She's probably successful. She probably meant fucking Alec Baldwin or some shit. That's fine.
Let's see. What did she message me on? This is the show. I don't care. All these other
shows.
It's a
great show. I understand why you get all these women now. It makes sense.
All these other shows just read other people's words, so you'll have to bear with me if I take 2 seconds to look at my phone.
Are you looking for the question that she wanted to ask? Because that was you were tagged in it. She didn't DM it to you.
Oh yes, yeah. Do you have
I
it?
too was tagged. Yeah. It is a question for caller. What will he be buying Courtney for her birthday?
I didn't know there was a fucking birthday to be had until a minute ago.
Well, if you'd like, I can send you the link to my Amazon wish list. And
no big deal, Victor.
Or you and Stancil could come to AC and I'll let you guys have sex while I gamble.
Are you gonna watch us have sex or?
I'll film it. Obviously.
Film it without us knowing.
You better jerk off to it at some point.
Everybody, you guys really better be. If you're not reading between the lines, folks, you guys better be yanking your stankin' to Courtney. She wants you to jerk off. I think it almost gets her off. It gets a lot of people.
You don't have to tell me about it, but if I ask, you better say yes.
Yeah, don't send her dick pics at all, please.
Yeah, don't tell me about it unsolicited. Just know that there is a rule here that we don't have to speak about again. But if you look at me and there's some cleavage or anything else, you have to jerk off. Okay?
Racker, literally.
Have you ever heard of gooning? Have you ever heard of the term gooning?
Oh,
I have.
Gooning
yes.
sounds terrible.
Yeah. It's basically edging, but you're just never come. You're an incel, which is it's something to do. And the great thing about it is you don't have to send a dick pic. You just jerk off to the girl constantly, or multiple girls. So it's possible, Courtney. You're in my Rolodex.
Excellent.
I didn't say it's true. I didn't send a pic. You don't know for sure.
But here's the thing. As long as you're following the law, then I don't have to arrest you.
Ooh, get the
handcuffs
out.
You've never gooned before. Stancil, you've never gooned before. You never had a gooning session.
And not made white?
No, you can make white, but an hour in.
An hour in?
Yeah.
You got time for sex.
Can't have a partner either. Well, technically jerking out. I guess you could have somebody jerk out for an hour, but I don't know.
You know what's funny? I think I've gooned on accident where I was like, oh, I'm gonna get off, but I don't want to get off to this specifically, so I need to switch gears here. And then a few minutes later.
You ever goon on me? Have I ever been gooned?
No, I just get off right away. I can't control that one.
I like this version of gooning. It's like at the end of the night when you go to a pizza place and it's bad and you have to go to another pizza place for another slice because you want to end it on a good slice.
One of the other Stancil's beautiful girls in the chat, Lady KB, isn't that just edging? Yeah, that's my question.
Yeah, it's like incel edging.
It's
right?
There was a porn star that explained it that was it's an elevated version of edging.
All right. Well,
she
this is
said
a sports
something
show.
It'll take you to another a spiritual realm and shit.
Sports. This is a sports show, and it is one of the tentpole episodes of the Sports Mass year, the Kickoff Spectacular, of course. And what is this? Our third year doing this show, or fourth year?
I don't know. You want to say third? A billion years ago.
I think this is our third year. I don't think we started in 2020, although we may have. I don't fucking know. Anybody in the chat are longtime listeners, but it's at least our third year, maybe our fourth year. Like I said in the tweet, often imitated, never duplicated.
Gooning, maybe.
Sports.
My friend, gooning, according to Urban Dictionary, may be most simply defined as a state usually achieved after a prolonged edging session. Since gooning state can only be achieved after edging, a man's dick will have become mightily aroused at this point. I don't understand what's different. It's the same fucking.
I don't really want to hear you talk about jerking off anymore, Victor. It's making me.
I'm not. I'm reading Urban Dictionary. I'm not jerking off. I was
the boner I had for Courtney before you came on is now just.
Show us both hands.
Actually, whoa.
Oh my God, he can't show us both hands.
My other hand's in my pants.
You know what this means?
My other hand's in my pants. I'm an honest man. I've been playing pocket pool this whole time until Victor started talking about jerking himself off. Anywho, this is a classy show about sports, maybe the most classy show about sports. Certainly the only sports show hosted by an all-American athlete, while all these posers and losers do their sports shows and pretend to know anything. I've lived it. I'm a competitor. I've achieved more than many of these people could ever dream. And that's why they call me Stancelstradamus, because you'll all listen to me and take my words as canon. And we're going to get to the football, obviously, but let's knock off some tabs I have here in the sports world before we, then it'll be football wall to wall, just like my member would fill up Courtney, wall to wall. Now, the New York Mets are on a heater, folks. Absolute heater, currently tied for the third wild card in the National League as of last night. What do we have? Less than a month left of the season, far less than a month left. We are tied with the Braves for that third wild card spot, and also only 2.5 back of the D-backs and 3 back from the Padres. Let's see. Listen, guys, it's all going to come down to the series with the Braves. I'm trying to find that date here. Yes, here we are. Tuesday, September 24th through Thursday, the 26th. 3-game series with the Atlanta Braves, the last week of the season. It's all going to come, barring any kind of catastrophe by either team, it's going to come down to that series, so circle that. And then Mets at the Atlanta, that series, by the way, and I know that because that series starts on the 24th. There's an off day on the 23rd, and who else but Jim Stansel, because I'm a man of the people, I live in the streets and fuck in the sheets. I already have my tickets for the Mets' final home game of the season. I'll be right there in left field where everyone in the world witnessed me make an amazing effort to almost catch Pete Alonso's first home run of the year, if you'll remember. That's right, we actually leave our house here at Sports Mass Collective. I was on national TV almost catching a home run, Pete Alonso's first home run of the year. Go pull up the tape. And I'll be right back in that section. I think there's a group of 8 of us going. I'm going to get shit-cocked. It's on a Sunday. We're going to hit Queens after and watch NFL football and continue to get hammered. I think Mead's coming. Julio's coming. Gaggle of bitches are coming. Courtney, you'll be coming, watching me. And so keep an eye out for that. But the New York Mets, it always does this. Now, what's going to happen, folks? We know what's going to happen. Mets fans, right? Do I not say it every year? We're going to get right there, and we're going to blow it. We're going to blow that. We might even win that series against the Braves, be a game up. And then who do we finish with that weekend? We finish with the Brewers on the road. So leave it to the Mets. Stancelstradamus. Just sit back and watch, folks. The Mets will either be even with the Braves, maybe even a game or two up on the Braves after that series and after I get on national television again on September 22nd on the Sunday. And then they will somehow figure out a way to blow it against the Brewers in that final series of the year. Rack me, write it down, Stancil Stradamus, etc., etc., etc. So that's the state of the New York Mets. We're not going to talk. There's too much football to get to go around the rest of baseball at this time. Maybe next week we'll get into more baseball as we come down the stretch. But who gives a shit? Who gives a fuck? The next order of business, Caitlin Clark, just to get out of the way, has obviously locked up the WNBA MVP. And while she's putting up, I think she set a record for the first WNBA player to get 2 triple-doubles back-to-back this week, or something, some shit like that. It's women's sports, after all. Who really cares? No offense, Courtney. But the fact that Caitlin Clark, is leading her team and putting up numbers that literally no one else has done in the WNBA, and her arch nemesis, meanwhile, Angel Reese, is starting a new podcast this week called Unapologetically Angel. Would you folks care to comment about Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark, or anything in the WNBA or women's sports?
No.
Good. Next. Victor?
Would.
There's 2. I see 2 Victors. Get it?
I would do it, but I would ask you to be quiet. I would do it.
Who, Angel Reese or Caitlin Clark? Would you on either or both?
Here's the thing. If I have a basketball team, I want Caitlin Clark. If I'm going to have sex, probably I would want Angel Reese.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's marry or kill. I probably would have to agree. Angel Reese does have a sweet hiney on her, and we all know, if you watch the shows, we all know I love a big hiney, especially a black hiney. No offense, Courtney. Now, Angel Reese's head does look like the prototypical alien that even a child would draw, with wide set eyes, a bit of a Mongol look. The wide eyes and the eyebrow line hanging low over the eyes. That's a mongoloid type look she has going on her head, but great body, great ass, as Donald Trump might say. Caitlin Clark is kind of cute, though. She's not terrible looking. I mean, there's some real freaks and ghouls in that WNBA. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I mean,
I've said it before, and I said it before, and I'll say it again. NBA players, both female and male, are probably the most ghoulish-looking people in all the sports world, because you almost have to be a freak to make it to the pros. I mean, not almost, literally. I mean, because you got to be over 6'5", which makes you freakish as a man, or, over 6 feet, which makes you freakish as a woman. No offense, Courtney. I know you're 9 feet tall. And
I'm shorter than you.
I know. I just have you not realized
you're 10 feet tall.
I just say things and don't mean it. I've literally never said a single. I've never meant a single thing I've ever said on these 400 plus podcasts. But it's fun to say them, and it's fun to make people believe that you know what you're saying, because people are so dumb. That's why they watch stream sniping and super chat shows. Ha 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 ha. Rack me. But we do real shows here. So there you have it. Marry Caitlin Clark. Fuck Angel Reese. Her podcast stinks. I saw her first episode. I do my homework. It got 5,000 views, which we almost get those numbers here. Julio in the chat and possibly in the house. Jim Stancil is 58 inches tall. That's canon. No. That's a callback to the infamous McDonald's eating contest with Bob Biggerstaff when I did my weigh and height in, and Meade mistakenly said the wrong number. That's not true. I'm taller than that. I'm not 58 inches tall. I'm just 5'5", maybe 5'6". So let's put that to rest right now. Like Joey C said, what was his famous 3 foot tall with a 10 foot dick, right? Rest in peace, Joey C. God bless him. Anywho, before we get into football proper, it has to be touched on. We had our 24th, count 'em, 24th year of our fantasy football live draft with the old boys, and that in itself is something. Every sheep and person in the world these days does their fantasy drafts now, and they all think they reinvented the wheel. If you follow me on Twitter, I posted a picture, of course, with a face covered of our wench. We've been getting a wench at all of our drafts for over a decade. If you don't know what a wench is, Courtney, it's a scantily clad woman hired to grab us all the drinks and serve us as we throw money at her and take secret pictures of her private parts when she's not watching.
As if I'm not familiar with that.
Would you, if you lived around here, would you wench for us? The pay is $120 for 4 hours plus tips. That's our standard pay.
Excellent.
And you have fun. You drink with us. Although there was one year we got a wench high, and then she just fell asleep on the host's couch and never came back. And then another year, 2 years ago, 2 years ago, someone from the league said something inappropriate, and she cried and got an Uber home. So there are some trials and tribulations to being a wench, but mostly you have a great time. Some very slight sexual harassment, but it's fine. Nothing you don't see at a bar.
I mean, you would have to say something really horrible, like threaten to kill my dogs or something in order for me to get upset enough to want to leave. I've heard some like terrible things in my life. I don't really give a shit. Are you giving me money? Fine.
Right. Shouldn't that be all women's motto at the end of the day? If you're giving me money, fine.
Yeah, I think so.
Is that Paige Spernak?
That's our girl. That's our girl at sports.
I've been following her since before anybody knew about her, staring at those big, honking, milky jugs. So I just want that on record, too. I was way in front of the crowd.
She made it to Happy Gilmore. She's in it.
I saw that, yeah. And I'm proud to be on the ground floor. I'd like to get on her ground floor, if you know what I mean. But
it takes
yeah, you like that, Courtney? What is in the...
I'd watch that tape.
Back to you, Courtney. We'll make a tape. What is on the birthday plans for the weekend?
Well, tonight we're doing a birthday stream.
Keanu or Chrissy or both?
No, it's on my channel.
On your channel. Plug your channel, and I'll plug you.
Excellent. So my YouTube channel at Was That Courtney. We are going to be doing a birthday stream tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to open some presents and eat some cupcakes and might drink some Prosecco. I'm not sure because I'm really fucking hungover. But
you'll drink by then. You got to drink. You got to have a drink on your birthday.
Yeah, I mean.
Do you want a dick pic for your birthday, or is that too much?
Yeah. Yeah, I would love one from you, Jim.
All right.
Please.
I'm a man of my word. I'll send one. I got a
or
whole
like multiples, whatever, or video of you jerking off to me. That'd be amazing.
I think Victor's gonna start jerking off to us talking if we keep going this way.
Go on.
Perfect. So, yes. So tonight, I will be. I do have some friends will be joining me as well at some point in time, I think. I don't really know. I just told people if they want to join, they can. So, I mean, if you guys want to join, you can as well. I think.
I would love to join, but I'll be working. #real job.
Well, then I guess a dick pic will have to do.
All right. Yeah, that's why I'll send you a dick pic. How about you, Victor? Would you like one too?
Yeah, please. Why not? I mean, I have them. I have a Rolodex. You got the camera in your house that you don't know about. Yeah.
I was gonna say,
send me another one. I have. Yeah, sure. I'll take another. Please.
It'll be a new angle from the regular.
It means more when he wants to send it. I like.
That's
that.
right.
Yeah, exactly.
The angle of Jim's dangle. Now the Chiefs and Ravens played last night, Victor.
Oh boy. Those refs are something else, huh? You like those refs?
Yeah, well, of course, Victor is, I believe, referring to the timeout that was called by an assistant coach by the Chiefs at the end of the game, which is not legal, and they never touched
got away with it.
So I don't know. I've never seen that before. I don't know if it's a Chris Webber situation where, like, if you remember when he used the timeout that they didn't have in the college finals.
Heartbreaking game.
So I don't know if the Chiefs should have been penalized there. I don't know if there's a rule there. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Nice.
Could you do the show with your butt talking like Ace Ventura?
Which one, me? Or
I was talking to Courtney, but anyone.
Oh,
I would rather.
But you, you just want me to like.
Did you do it? Did you actually? No, you see, it blanks out.
Yeah, I'm gonna blank out. You just hit a guitar.
Like,
Yeah, that's weird.
I'm gonna have to work on that.
All right, work on it, but that was pretty good.
Yeah,
I'm half chubbed up.
Good idea.
As I take a look, I am protruding a bit now, so that's good.
Well,
I'm gooning out this show.
Gooning.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I got my butt plugs.
Dog does not. Ooh, butt plug. You should put a butt plug on the end of one of those pom poms.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think I can just probably use the handle. Yeah.
I guess you got to be careful. I had and I'm just gonna say sports before I say this. Sports. I had a butt plug incident a little while ago, a couple seasons ago, maybe in the spring. I forgot if I talked about this on any show. Probably
Very
did.
disrespectful.
But I may or may not have lost a butt plug in a woman's ass and had to fish it out with my fingers.
Uh-oh.
True story.
There's a lot of things that are alarming about that. But but it was you retrieved it without any assistance, yeah?
I did retrieve it. Thank God. We were worried we had to go to the emergency room, which would have been fun. But I did retrieve it. So all's well that ends well. But probably don't buy butt plugs on Amazon. Is
Don't go to the sex store and spend good money on sex toys. That's not something you want to cheap out on or even go convenient with. Like, just...
All right. Well, you live and you learn. I was trying to be nice and fun, and it was fun until you had to put my fingers in a butt and go fishing. But anywho,
what kind of asshole is that? It's got to be like gigantic. Like, what does she like grape nuts only? I don't understand what's going on that you can fit your fingers inside an asshole and then pull out, I assume, a metallic.
Yeah, it was a bit metallic. I threw them out.
I don't want to see. I'm good. I'm Gucci.
No, well, I think that was the Amazon side of it. I think the saucer on the end, sports, by the way, I think the saucer on the end should have been bigger. Instead, it was like the same width as like the thickest part of the butt plug thing, you know?
I don't know what you're doing.
Courtney, do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
The stopper on the bottom of the butt plug was the same width
we know
as.
What you're talking about. We're weird and fucked up like you.
So the stopper wasn't really a stopper.
Right. It was more of a popper.
Was it just a really small butt plug? Like, how big was it?
It came with three. It came with three sizes, and we did the middle one. But I think the problem is the bottom stopper was the same width, if not a little smaller than the widest part of the plug. So it kind of just, it went down to the skinny part, but then it got back to the part and it was already so. Anywho, this is disgusting, and I'm sorry to bring it up.
Yeah, and weird shit going on with your partner's asshole.
Yeah, shit going on is right. Husey Entertainment, not very nice, but he paid for it. Dance for the men, whore. Is that nice? Husey. But you know what, folks? That's a great example. I read it.
Ew, this motherfucker has the balls to call me a whore, and he's giving us European money.
Yeah, it's pretty gross.
Get the fuck out of my face with that bullshit.
Pretty gross. And he's uncut. The only worse than an uncut penis is a small Irish uncut penis.
You have to have a license to buy a TV. You don't get an opinion around you. All right?
Yeah, fuck off, Husey. But also, the numbers are absolutely massive. I don't know if you saw the top of the show. I didn't play Playing with the Boys, so the money's just going to be rolling in. Speaking of money, New videos just up on the Patreon this morning. Patreon.com/skimaskmedia. $3 get you everything. Feel free to super. I'm not. Listen, the same old rules. You know, I'm not gonna beg you for super chats like all these other losers. But the same rules. If you want anything read, definitely super chat it. Otherwise, we'll treat the comments like callers at the end of the show, and I'll go through, see if there's anything interesting. So the only way to guarantee I'm going to answer your questions as the sports pope, the sports god, the sports czar, Stanchel Stradamus, is if you super chat it. So if you want to ask the king of sports in this world anything about sports, the only all-American podcasting, you got to super chat it. Anywho, I know we started, thank you, Courtney. I know we started talking about the NFL, and we'll get right back to it, but I didn't even look at this yet. The scores from college football week 1. You guys, our viewers and listeners who watch the show know my feelings on college football and how it's a totally inferior product to the NFL. So I didn't even look at the scores, but I'm just going to go through the scores in week 1. As I always say, you can pick 90% of college football games by the rankings because there's no parity. So let's take a look. Let's take a look at some of these scores. The close games from week 1, I'm already seeing. It's just because they're ranked teams. Let's see. Kansas beat Lindenwood 48-3. Missouri beat Murray State 51-0. Utah beat Southern Utah 49-0. Oklahoma beat Temple 51-3. Doesn't this sound fun? Doesn't it sound fun to watch college? Ugh, you're all such sheep. Even Georgia, number 1 Georgia playing 25 Clemson, both ranked. Georgia beat him 34-3. Louisville beat Austin Peay 62-0. God, does college football suck. Iowa beat Illinois State 40-0. Tennessee beat Chattanooga 69-3. College football sucks. Texas beat Colorado State 52-0. Ohio State beat Akron 52-6. Miami, Florida, who was ranked 12, Florida's unranked, beat Florida 41-17. Kansas State beat UT Martin 41-6. Alabama beat WKU 63-0. Ole Miss beat Furman 76-0. Folks, Stanchel Stradamus, I've been saying it from the beginning of the show, 84 episodes. College football fucking stinks. Stop fooling yourself. We all know you just want an excuse to get hammered on Saturdays. Become an adult, lay off the sauce for one day, and admit to yourself that college football blows. If you didn't go to the school, I understand if you went to one of these big schools, you have a rooting interest. If you didn't go to any of these schools and you think in any way college football is better than the NFL, you're retarded. Long story short, I mean, these games, the games like I just proved stink. Unless they're like within like 10 rankings of each other, the higher seed always wins 99% of the time. So I just proved once again that I'm right. What else is new? All these sheep talking about college football absolutely stinks. It's the farm system from the NFL, as it's always been. Anyone that says they prefer to watch college football over the NFL should get their sports card taken away, because they're either sheep who've bought into this rah-rah college football bullshit, probably watching Barstool, because all those guys, all they do at Barstool is look for excuses to drink at every corner. It's so childish. But college football stinks. I proved it once again. I'm great. All these other people suck. Let's move on.
Yeah. Yes, please.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just want to let that.
I don't know anything about sports. I have no idea why you invite me on the show.
I got 2 people who don't know anything about sports, and that's just the way I like it, because then it lets me just talk. I know we started with the Ravens game. We touched on that refs, the timeout thing, which was bizarre. Listen, I don't know if Lamar, I don't know, did you watch the game at all, Victor, or you were like watching Spice
I only got
Girls
some
videos?
of the Twitter hoopla.
zoned out. And I know Courtney was busy getting hammered on Prosecco, so I know she didn't watch the game.
Good for her.
Lamar Jackson, listen, overall Lamar Jackson looked like Lamar Jackson. I will say, and I love Lamar Jackson. He's one of my fantasy quarterbacks, no big deal. But he ran for 122 yards last night. I just don't know, and I say this as a fan of his, I just don't know if it's sustainable for 17 games they play now. You know, it looks great in a vacuum. He did again. I'm sorry, before I move on, I have ADHD. It looked great in a vacuum, but, I mean, he doesn't shy away from hits. And I know he's been doing it, but every year you get older, as Victor knows with his torn Achilles over there, you're more and more likely to get injured. So another year on Lamar Jackson's odometer there. I would love to see him keep it up. If he can keep it up, you know, he's pretty much a Hall of Famer already. Obviously, he keeps choking in the postseason a bit. And frankly, as great as he played last night, a huge choke, a huge missed pass as they ran down the field and the seconds ticking away. Zay Flowers wide open in the back of the end zone. He threw it a good 10 feet behind him. And for as great as Lamar Jackson plays for 95% of the season, unfortunately, he's done this before in the big spots where he misses passes. And he'll throw dimes all game and then miss the layup to win the game.
You don't think Zay could have got that, bud?
No.
No?
No. All his momentum, he's running across, running to space. He threw it, you know, I was being a little bombastic. He threw it probably 5 feet behind him. But, you know, as an athlete, Victor, as an elite athlete.
You find a way.
Well, no, as an elite athlete, when somebody who's very fast, if you follow me, I mean, I hit 24 miles an hour at the track last week. If you're going full speed in one direction, shout out the band, it's nearly impossible to stop and go backwards. So, as a fellow athlete, to Zay Flowers, we're both pretty much the same type of athlete. Yeah, there's no way you're going to be able to stop your momentum and get that pass. What else? Did I have anything else for that game? Oh, Xavier Worthy for the Chiefs, the rookie, the fastest man in the NFL, going to be a big asset for the Chiefs already. We can mark that down. I think he had 2 touchdowns. He didn't have a ton of yards, but he, as an expert athlete and as an All-American type athlete, I can tell more than most watching these players who's going to achieve and who's going to go by the wayside. On that note, neither here nor there, give me Jaden Daniels over Caleb Williams 9 days out of the week. And it'll probably be proven in this week 1, if not by the end of the year. But rack me on that. Jaden Daniels over Caleb Williams all day. Let's take a look before. Let's go around the league, Victor and Courtney. I just want to go around. We'll touch on. We may not touch on every single team. But we'll go through. Victor, feel free to chime in at any point. Courtney, feel free to jumble your tits and talk with your ass or whatever you like. Or just get the pom-poms out. The Colts, Anthony Richardson is back. I liked what I saw from Anthony Richardson. I liked him going in. Oh, my God. I'm getting distracted. Even I liked Anthony Richardson last year. If he is healthy, I think the Colts have a decent little team there. The Commanders, like I said, I'm just going to run through this because
run it.
The Commanders, as I just said, Jaden Daniels. I think the Commanders could be a sneaky contender for that NFC East this year. The Giants stink. Who's the other team? The Eagles. The Eagles are good. We'll get to the Eagles in doubt, but I think the Commanders are going to be right there with the Eagles and the Cowboys this season, the NFC East. I like Jaden Daniels. I'm a little worried about the O-line, but they shored that up a little bit. The Cowboys, of course, everybody loves talking about the Cowboys, quote-unquote America's team, hashtag ski mask team. The Cowboy, all the talk, Jerry and this and that. At the end of the day, Dak is signed. CeeDee Lamb is signed. Tony Pollard is a decent back. Listen, it's make or break this year. I'm not saying they have to win the Super Bowl, but Dak's got to show up this year. Show up and show out. If they don't achieve this year, that team is getting blown up after this season. I don't think they'll do it, unless they really, if they have like an 0-4 start, something like that, then you could see Jerry Jones cleaning house mid-season as Jerry Jones do. But other than that, everybody, I feel like there's a negative aura around the Cowboys. I don't go that far. I think they'll be a decent team. That division is fairly shitty. Although our next team, the Philadelphia Eagles, can be scary. I said it last Sports Mass, and I'll say it again. I think Saquon Barkley is in line for a monster year starting tonight with that offense. What happened last year is an indictment down the stretch. What do they have? 6 straight losses down the stretch? Yeah. Something like that. They were, 11-0 or 10-1, and then lost in the first round of the playoffs, if I remember correctly.
The real Mets season.
Right, a very Mets thing. But I remember we talked last year on Sports Mass during the season after that Eagles collapse. A lot of that was the coaching. The coach was doing nothing. He was, instead of getting everybody fired up and pissed off, he was, it's okay, we'll be okay. So I think that failure at the end of last season by the Eagles is as much on the coaching staff as it was the young quarterback and young team they have there. With Saquon and listen, I don't think Hurts is a world beater. I think Hurts has his own problems, but I think he's great on his feet. I think he can throw a great ball. I think he's a little bit low IQ. I don't think he's totally low IQ, but I think he is a bit low IQ.
Better that way.
Yeah. Low IQ, mobile blacks. My favorite quarterback. And they'll be in action tonight from Brazil, which is a whole other thing we'll touch on when we get to that game. Dolphins, we all know what the Dolphins are. Who cares? Eagles, we touched on. Falcons, everybody's sucking the Falcons' cock with Kirk Cousins and the defense and this. I don't see it. I know they have good receivers. I've never been high on Kirk Cousins. He's like a Matt Stafford or Jared Goff, one of these game managers. He has a good arm, but same as I would put Brock Purdy in that category. I don't care how well the Niners did. I think he's a middle-of-the-road guy, always will be, but not great. There's a lot of people sucking the Falcon cock, the bird cock, and, I personally don't see it. The Giants totally stink. Let's move on. The Jags, as I did last year, I like the Jags. Trevor Lawrence, even though he looks like a cat, is a good quarterback. Him and Kirk have a great connection. They had a back and forth year last year. I think the Jags get back on track. Etienne, a great running back, good receiving core, good quarterback. Defense is decent. I think Jags will make some noise. I think Trevor Lawrence is the real deal at quarterback. I think he proved that a couple of years ago with that playoff comeback. He got injured last year, but blah, blah, blah. The Jets, my New York Jets, as we've talked about, in action Monday night because we didn't learn our lesson from last year. Listen, as a Jets fan, we can only get so optimistic, but improved offensive line, brought people in. That was my biggest concern. I think, even if Rodgers didn't get injured that first game last year, he probably would have gotten injured behind that offensive line last year. Or he might have even just said, hey, I'm not playing. But that offensive line last year was historically bad. As much as you all know, if you watch the show, how much I railed against Zach Wilson, who, I stand by it, is not an NFL quarterback. I don't know where he is now. Maybe, Victor, you can look it up. You're the producer. Look up Zach Wilson, where he's at. Is he still on the team?
Let me see.
I don't even know. Whatever. I told you since we drafted him, he's Mormon from Utah. He played at BYU. He didn't stand a chance in New York. It was a deer in the headlights last year. But the offensive line didn't do him any favors, to say the least. Historically bad. We shored up the O-line. Breece Hall, and I don't say this as a Jets fan, I truly say this as a guy who knows sports. Breece Hall may be the most productive back in the NFL come the end of this year. Not only for his running, he's tremendous in the passing game. And you have Hall of Famer Aaron Rodgers at center, who still has his fastball, still puts it, still can throw. So as long as Rodgers stays on that field, forget it. Garrett Wilson, as great as he's been, look who's been his quarterback for Garrett Wilson, and he still put up the numbers he's put up. Now he has a Hall of Famer. Garrett Wilson and Breece Hall are both having coming out parties this year, if you guys don't know about them already. Again, if all holds, this is all hypothetical with everybody staying on the field. I am very high on the Jets. I think the Jets get to 10-plus wins this year, and that's coming from me. I have my... It's an original. This is not a re-release. This is a hat I've had since the 90s. This is also Rodman jersey, the same Rodman jersey I've worn before. If you know your jerseys, that's a youth extra large, folks. I've had this jersey since 1998. True story. I still fit in youth clothing, but my penis doesn't, Courtney.
I know. Look at, you can see.
As you'll find out later.
Right here, behind me, clearly you have a gigantic dong in the photo right there.
You'll see. You'll see.
Happy birthday. Right there. Look at that dong.
Sorry, I get distracted because of my affliction.
Well, I'm just cupping your balls right now. Wait.
Now I'm doing it
there
to
we
myself, so it's like people shouldn't be watching this. Anywho, the Lions, do we really care? I think they'll be good again. Let's move on. Packers, Jordan Love. Also, I believe in Jordan Love. Stancil approved Jordan Love. I don't know about their defense, and I don't love their run game, but we'll see. Carolina Panthers, Bryce Young is a mongoloid, very low IQ. I hated that pick for them when they did it. I stand by it. He's another USC guy like Caleb Williams, who I think... You know, the problem, as good as these quarterbacks as the big schools are in this stupid college football, as I proved earlier in the show, the problem is when you play at these good schools, USC's or, I don't know, fuck college football, who cares, Georgia's, Alabama, you have good players around you. So when you're a great player at a middling school, maybe at one of the shittier schools, that's more impressive to me. When you're a great quarterback at USC, you have the 90% better receivers than all the other schools you're playing against, which is why, again, I stand with Jaden Daniels. I would have taken Jaden Daniels over Caleb Williams, but the Chicago's and Mongoloids. Fuck the Panthers. Patriots, maybe the worst team in the NFL. Raiders, don't really care. Who cares? Who gives a shit? Rams, I like Sean McVay. Matthew Stafford is old as hell. I don't love that team. Kind of a boring team. Ravens, we kind of covered. They'll be great. They'll be in the playoffs. They'll be in the dance again. Saints, boring. Team's getting older. Derek Carr wears eyeliner. I don't trust him. Alvin Kamara's old. Chris Olave is great. Who cares about the Saints? Seahawks, no offense, Courtney. I don't really care. I don't even know who the
I don't care about him either.
Oh, Geno Smith. God, Geno Smith is still your quarterback? No, fuck the Seahawks. Let's move on. Steelers. Steelers are very interesting as one of my secondary teams. I've always liked the Steelers. Russell Wilson starting this weekend. Justin Fields, the Mongoloid from Chicago. Talk about low IQ. Justin Fields may be the lowest of IQ, and he looks like a frog. So I agree with starting Wilson there. Veteran QB. I like Pickens, the receiver. Obviously, Mike Tomlin gets the most out of the players on that team, so you can never write Pittsburgh off, unlike many of these other teams with middling coaches. The Steelers are always going to be in the mix with Tomlin there. I think they could actually might surprise you folks with Russell Wilson and Najee Harris and Pickens there. You might be surprised. about that Steelers team. There's a little Stansel-Stradamus for you. Texans, CJ Stroud. Talk about real deal. CJ Stroud put on an absolute show the last 6 to 8 games last year. Go look at his numbers, because I won't, because I just host the show. I don't have a producer, and I don't have time to look up anything other than I don't know what Victor's doing. But CJ Stroud is a beast. Nico Collins, a great wide receiver. They got a fun little team in Texas, and the Houston Texans. Be careful, folks. Tennessee Titans, I like Will Levis. I like him starting. I like him. Hasn't proven to me he's a real deal. Strong lineup. I just can't get excited about the Titans. Let me see what they do first. Vikings, quarterback by Sam Darnold. All you need to know. Let's move on. I don't know. Oh, the Niners. Who cares? Victor, do you happen to have the game pulled up with this?
Bets. You got any good bets coming up?
Bets? What are you talking about? What are you talking about, bets?
What'd you say? Yeah, I'm wondering if you got any good parlays. My friend Ski Mask will do a parlay every once in a while. Makes the sports game interesting.
Well, Victor, truth be told, I haven't put a DraftKings bet on, and literally, not being hyperbolic, I think at least 2 months, maybe 3 months, I have not put a bet on a sports game. But I will this weekend, folks. Do you happen to have the games pulled up with the spread, Victor?
I got it. I don't know how it's going to look, though. I can't do the...
Well, you don't have to put it on the screen.
I don't have the OBS set up as I used to.
No, you don't have to put it on the screen.
Oh, you want to hear the lines? I can give you the lines.
All right, well, hold on, Victor. You know what we have to do. Has the music been playing this whole time?
Yes.
The whole fucking time, bro. Loud as motherfucker. Yeah, it's literally the loudest thing I've ever heard.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
It wasn't
I've been screaming for a reason.
I did not know that at all. It's not playing through my headphones.
We should do this in sound. I put up the suicide picture for a reason, you know?
No, I did not know that at all, because usually I just play that for the intro. No, I had no idea that music was playing the whole show. It's pretty classic on my part. But every week, 400 plus episodes of all different shit. Every week here at StreamYard is totally different. I'm going to blow my computer up with a fucking bat soon. Somebody super chat $1,500 so I can buy a new computer, please. Or just Venmo my accountant at DaveD23. He gets the money right to me. I really need it. I'm using a 2016 MacBook Pro that takes, literally, not exaggerating, takes 20 minutes to turn on fully. So feel free to just send that money right over. Because outside of this, and people are like, well, spend your own money. I don't give a shit about, I only use a computer for this, basically. Everything's on your phone. So you guys want to continue. I mean, listen, what I say is always going to be the main course anyway. We don't rely on graphics and bullshit and clips and all the crutches many of these other shows use. The only thing we need here is right around here, and that'd be my beautiful, beautiful voice. Anywho, Victor, the music isn't playing, but it is about to play as we do it here every year. Here, third year or fourth year, I don't keep track, of Sports Mask Collective, where we pick every NFL game every week. The only people you need to listen to is the music playing now.
Yes.
All right. Well, next time in the future, let me know if the music plays for an entire show. Thanks. Now is when it's supposed to be played as we get to the picks for week 1 of the NFL 2024 season. Victor, let's start with the Eagles. Who's playing tonight?
And we got Eagles tonight with the Packers. Green Bay is getting 2.5.
from Sao Paulo, Brazil. Who's getting 2.5? Victor? Jesus
the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah, easy. Give me the Eagles. They're going to win by at least a touchdown. What's the over-under?
Jesus Christ.
God, you stink. All right, I'll do it myself. Victor fucking sucks. Courtney, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I hate my fucking life.
I'm sorry I invited him. This won't happen again. He's ruining our time together. Every time I start getting a boner, Victor ruins it. All right, you know what, Victor? Don't worry about it. I'll just do it myself. The spread is over under 49.5. Victor, who you got?
Eagles.
Eagles -2. Courtney?
The Shmishmas.
Racker. All right, Sunday, 1 o'clock. We're into the Sunday games. Cardinals at the Bills. Cardinals are getting 6.5 on the road. Go ahead, Victor.
I need the Bills. I got the quarterback.
Needs the Bills. He got the quarterback. Quarterback is good. The team has had their time. Diggs is gone. Josh Allen is good, not great. I said it, and I stand by it. They'll win some games. He'll make some big plays. They may win 8 to 10 games, but they're not going to achieve anything of note. I'm going to go on a limb here. I'm going to take the Cardinals on the road with the 6.5. They're begging you to take the Bills with less than a touchdown, given less than a touchdown. Week 1, there's always going to be weird games and upsets because everybody, especially now, they only have 3 preseason games where nobody plays or barely plays in them anyway, so everybody's getting warmed up. I'm going to go take a chance here, Victor. I'm going to take the Cardinals plus 6.5 on the road. What do you think, Courtney? Cardinals or Buffalo Bills?
Whatever you said.
That's my girl. Panthers at the Saints. Saints are giving 4 at home. Courtney.
Yeah.
Good answer. Victor.
Saints, motherfucker.
Saints -4. I'm also taking the Saints -4. As you heard me say, Bryce Young stinks. Has he achieved in college where everybody stinks, as I once again proved earlier in the show. I like the Saints at home as much as Derek Carr wears eyeliner. He has some weapons to deal with there. Everybody's healthy too. Kamara is getting older, so he's going to achieve in the first half of the season. I think the Saints have a big game. Also there, folks, the over-under there is 41.5. Bang that over. Absolutely. I know everybody tells you to hit the under week 1. Bang the over in that Saints-Panthers. The Saints might put up 40 themselves because the Panthers fucking stink. So give me the Saints -4, and we'll take the over on that 41.5 there. Quickly, I see a lot of chats. Let's see if anyone super chatted or if they're just being poor, because I won't read it unless they super chatted it. That's the rule.
Stop being poor.
Yeah. Well, listen, this is not... we're not here to shame anyone. Noodles Live, $5. Noodles Live, one of our pedophile viewers, says no Jews allowed. Thank you for that announcement. I should have done. That's usually my disclaimer at the top of the show.
Yeah.
Thanks, Noodles. You're right. You're absolutely right. Yeah, I think he's talking about sports in general. No Jews allowed. Get it? Not great athletes, the people, but they do control the weather, and I do have to thank them for this week. Some beautiful weather. I was out there on my kayak, put in 5 miles on Wednesday there on the Yak and the Sound, just doing things nobody else is doing, but that's no big deal. Thank you, Noodles Live, for the anti-Semitic remarks. Beautiful job. All right, yes, Texans at the Colts. Colts are getting 3 at home, Victor.
Texans. I'm done with the Colts. I can't do them anymore. I lost too much money last year on them.
Colts C, yeah. I am gonna take the Colts at home. I think to my prior point, everybody's all wonky week 1. They're home. Anthony Richardson is healthy. I like him. Look for him to put up some rushing yards Sunday. Contrary to the previous game, this over-under is 48.5. Bang that under in this game. Absolutely bang that under. I see a 20-20 at best, maybe a 20-13 type deal here. as these teams get their shit together. Shout out Colts C as we talk about the Colts game, by the way. Become a member of the channel, by the way. I put some things, not only did I put some things up on the Patreon this morning, I also put some things for members only on the YouTube channel. So if you're not a member of the channel, do that, and that way I can afford things. Fun game here. I like this game. This is a fun game to watch if you have it, folks, or illegally stream it if you don't. I'll send you the link. Jags at the Dolphins. Love this game. A Florida rivalry right off the bat. Two young teams, up-and-coming teams, good teams. I'll go first here. The Dolphins are giving 3 at home. Over under 49. This is really a toss-up for me. I could see both teams winning, which I know is maybe the most hack thing to say when you're talking about sports. Give me the Dolphins -3 at home, only because they're home pretty much. If the Jags were home getting 3, I would have taken them. But I think this might be the funnest game of the week. Young quarterbacks going at it. Hawk Tua and the man who looks like a cat, Trevor the Cat Lawrence, down in the Florida face-off. I'll go Dolphins -3. What say you, Victor?
I'm jagging off.
I'm going to jag off to Courtney later. Yeah. Courtney, what do you say?
Yeah.
Whatever you said.
Say it again, but say daddy at the end.
Okay. Whatever you said, Daddy.
Oh, my God. Mike sent me a dick pic before the show is over. Noodles Live is back, and he's anti-Semitic, folks. Noodles Live, $5. Hitler had a great hair. Best dressed dictator, 1934.
Huh.
1934 was a great year.
I did not know that.
He did have decent hair, an interesting fashion choice for the facial hair as well. And there's no denying the dress of that party was top notch. Who was that? Hugo Boss. Who did their? It
was Hugo. You're right.
Hugo Boss, right? Made the Nazi outfits.
Yeah.
I mean, listen. Put the fact that they ran trains perfectly on time aside. There's no denying that they had the flyest, to this day, the flyest uniforms of any military period, of any military ever exists. Would you agree, Victor? I mean, the eagle is sick. I don't love the swastika, and I don't mean that for what it represents. Just literally the design of it is kind of boring. But I love that eagle. Oh, fuck it.
No, I'll tell you what. The fit was right. The colors were proper. Listen, if they weren't out like handing out flowers, they're killing people. So yeah, you're going to have a little bit darker tone in your colors.
Yeah, I got news for you, Victor. Not to get political, but our military still kills people who don't want to be killed. So whatever, rack me. But there's no denying the eagle. The Nazi eagle is sick. And I'm just talking about designs, YouTube. The Nazi eagle is sick. The lightning bolts are fucking sick. So very cool. Good job. Pre-1938. Very cool job by the Nazis. Let's move on quickly. We'll take that out. Vikings at the Giants. Giants getting 1.5 at home. Give me the Vikings -50 if you want. The Giants fucking stink. I know the Vikings are nothing to write home about. Shout out Aaron and April Imholt. Whatever. Imagine paying attention. I mean, I couldn't care less. I barely care about my mother, and these people can't stop talking about the Imholts. Who fucking cares? Get a life, folks. But anyway, give me the Vikings on the road. Only -1.5. Yeah, give me the Vikings in New York against the Giants. Victor?
I love the Giants. I want them to be a good team. Giants.
Courtney?
Whatever you said, Daddy.
That's my girl. Good girl. Patriots at the Bengals.
Bengals. We gotta auto-tune that to a techno song.
Pepper Leach at Doggy Thunder. Get on that.
Please.
He's been dropping some hits. Get on Pepper Leach / at Doggy Thunder, by the way. Feel free to make a intro song for sports. I'll use it for this season. Patriots at the Bengals. Bengals are -8. That's not enough. that is not enough for the Patriots. They absolutely stink. Give me the Bengals -8, and let's just move on, Victor. What do you want? Right?
Let's go.
Courtney.
Whatever you said, Daddy.
Also, side note to that, the over-under there is 40.5. Similar to the other game, give me the over, only that the Bengals might put up 60 points on their own. Steelers at the Falcons. Falcons -3.5 at home. Another kind of fun game here. Russell Wilson, his first game as a Steeler. As you might have gleaned, as I touched on them in the season, as we went around the horn with the teams earlier, give me the Steelers with the points. I'm taking them. The 3.5 is important here. I think Russell Wilson obviously is a huge chip on his shoulder. He better have one after what he's dealt with the last couple of years, being embarrassed in Denver. And he's got those young weapons around him. Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised if the Steelers win this outright. I'm not as high. Everybody thinks the Falcons are a sexy pick this year. Give me the Steelers. Russell Wilson's first game on the road, plus the 3.5. Fucking rack me, Courtney.
Yeah.
Thanks. Victor?
Whatever you say, Daddy.
Good boy.
He stole my line.
Oh, there's enough daddy to go around, kids. He didn't super chat it, but Chris Mack is a regular, so I'll allow it. I'll allow reading it. Buy this broad a cheerleader outfit or something. Stancil, spice things up a bit. Now, Courtney, you said you have a cheerleader outfit.
Yeah, I'm wearing it in some of these photos. In this one where you're I'm pointing at the wall. This one here, where you're Rob Gronkowski and grabbing my butt, I am wearing it. And then also when your giant dong got stuck on the
of course
on the pole, I'm also wearing it.
Well, I know you were hungover and it's your birthday. I won't have you wear out, but maybe next week you can wear the cheerleader outfit.
Well, I feel like that outfit is a little bit of a liability. I did purchase it with the intention of wearing it on stream, but I didn't realize how dangerous it could be.
Well, feel free to send. You could send a private video to Daddy of what issues you may have, and I'll deem if it's stream worthy or not.
Vagina Cam Day would have gotten the whole channel shut down if I wore that outfit and not what I was wearing.
I see what you're saying. Well, as I said, just run it by me. I'll be the judge of that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Chris Mack, you're right. We like danger. Titans at Kelly P's Bears. Titans, Caleb Williams' first game at home. Bears are giving 3.5 at home. What say you, Victor?
I want the Bears, man. I think they got it.
And I honestly like the Bears anyway, and I love Kelly, who will be back. She's on assignment. I like the Bears at home. They got, as much as I think Jaden Daniels is better, they got some juice there with their new shiny quarterback. I'll take the Bears -3.5. Fuck it, week 1. I do want to pause the music for a second here. I do want to have a quick, very, very quick, but important, serious note. And I'm only saying this because I wasn't going to say it, but I just saw right before we started that she did put it on social media. My mommy, the lovely and beautiful Kelly, had to put, let me also take this, had to unfortunately put one of my beautiful, beautiful girls, Stella, had to be put to rest yesterday. Old gal, she was 12 for a Newfoundland. That's very old, as you guys know, big dog. But her mommy and my mommy, Kelly, took such good care of her. Gave her a long, long, long and happy life. So our thoughts are with Kelly, with her and Charlotte, missing their sister and daughter. Send her some love, in all seriousness. Give her some support. We love Kelly. Having a hard weekend, as I would imagine, with my 2 doggies. I know, Courtney, you're a dog mom as well. So, T's and P's to Stella. I wish her Godspeed in her new travels around our universe. And end scene. Now, back to mental retardation. The Broncos are at the Seahawks. Seahawks are giving at Courtney's Seahawks. The Seattle Seahawks are giving 6.
I don't blame them.
Giving 6 at home. Speaking of giving 6, Courtney, I'll send you a picture later. Are giving 6 at home to the Broncos. What do you think? Over 4-inch penis is good enough, or what's your minimum?
Well, I mean, I can't handle a lot, so, I suppose 4 inches probably fine.
All right. Well,
probably fine. Probably fine.
As you'll see, I got that at least covered. So, anyway, -6, which is about mine. Seahawks are giving 6 at home to the Broncos. Victor, what do you think?
I don't know either of these teams. Broncos?
Cool. Perfect. Great. Geno Smith is retarded, but the Broncos also fucking stink. Who's the Broncos quarterback even?
That's what I'm saying. Who the fuck are these people?
Hold on, I'm looking it up.
Can't look up. I have no internet. Like, legitimately have
no
internet.
God, Bo Nix, he's a rookie. God, I really hate Geno Smith, and talk about low IQ. Is the epitome of low IQ, Geno Smith. God, this is just enough. Fuck it. Give me Bo Nix. He's a young quarterback. Give me Bo Nix. He's getting 6 points. Fuck it. Give me the Broncos +6. What do you think, Courtney? Broncos or Seahawks?
Whatever you say, Daddy.
Good girl. Raiders at Gino Bisconti's Chargers. This is the wrong show, but it was a rare, and I only tuned in for a second, and it kept me. It was the first MLC I listened to. I didn't listen to all of it because the beginning and end of those shows are terrible with the clip watching and reading losers' words. But the middle of it was fun. Aaron Berg actually called in to MLC yesterday and has a bit of a bone to pick with Gino posting in hot water videos. But we'll save that for our flagship show. But just a heads up on that. Yeah, Chargers giving 3 at home to the rival Raiders. Joey Dago's Raiders. Give me the eyeliner Derek Carr with the points on the road, +3. Also, the over-under is 40. I'm taking the over there. Go ahead, Victor.
Yeah, I'm taking the over with you. I don't have a decision on the game, though. I don't know what to do. Really.
Courtney?
Whatever you say, Daddy.
Good girl. Now, speaking of good girl, Noodles Live, the pedophile anti-Semite for $2 says,
Can we sheet as women?
Can we sheet as women, please? I don't know if Noodles has developed a lisp over the course of this show.
Maybe he did, and he just wants us to know about it. But
Courtney, OnlyFans on the table, yes or no?
Probably not. There's a lot of pressure on OnlyFans.
Means curtains. She's
Tommy,
got curtains.
I don't know.
She got curtains.
This is the best part of why this is the best sports show. Tommy, thank you. I think Tommy just said Derek Carr is no longer on the Raiders. That's right. He's he's on the Saints. I knew I said him twice. Who the fuck is the Raiders quarterback?
Bro, I don't know.
I gotta look this up now. Oh God, Gardner Minshew. Gardner Minshew. I might go back. Yeah, give me the Chargers -3. I take it back. Gardner Minshew fucking stinks. And it's really because Barstool sucked his dick that year with Minshew Mania. And Barstool fucking is gay and for loser frat dudes to pretend they know sports. Thank you, Tommy. I kind of knew that, though. If you watch the show, I did mention Derek Carr when I picked the Saints. But with that said, yeah, give me the Chargers with Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert, one of the most beautiful boys in the NFL, by the way. I think Joe Burrow is the sexiest QB myself, but Justin Herbert is also a beautiful boy.
He's a man's man.
All right, well, let's move on. Let's get this back to hetero. I believe this will be one of the nationally televised 4 o'clock games. We got the Cowboys at Ray DeVito's Cleveland Browns at 4:25 on Sunday. Browns are giving 2.5 at home. Cowboys are getting 2.5 on the road. Victor.
I want the boys. I think the boys are going to do it. I want Cleveland to win, but it's the boys. I think they got what it takes now.
Yeah, I love the boys getting points. Everybody, again, likes to make all the hubbub about chemistry and ownership, blah, blah, blah. At the end of the day, Dak Prescott, behind a not that great offensive line, but Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, first game of the season, everybody's healthy. I'm actually surprised they're getting points. Deshaun Watson is a rapist and beats the hell out of women and wasn't a great quarterback to begin with. So, yeah, give me the Cowboys getting points on the road. You're welcome, Ski Mask and Cabana King. Courtney, what say you, Cowboys or Browns?
Whatever you say, Daddy.
Good. Commanders at the Tampa Bay. Oh, sorry, the Redskins at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Buccaneers giving 3.5 at home. I love the Commanders here. I like Jaden Daniels. I think, as I said at the top, I think they have a decent little young team there. I like Gibson at running back. Give me the Commanders getting 3.5. I think they'll win outright. I'm definitely taking the 3.5 on the road against Tampa Bay, who I understand what they've been doing in Tampa, but I think they come back to earth. I think they overachieved last year. Mike Evans, by the way, is like 72 now, so as great as he's been, it has to end sometime. Give me the Commanders on the road plus 3.5.
Excellent.
You got pink eye, Victor?
Did that hurt your eyes?
It's just, he has no class. He claims he's classy, and then he shits into the microphone, and then he puts it back up to his mouth. It's disgusting.
Class out the ass.
Woo-hoo-hoo. Atta girl.
Give me the Commanders. Love the Commanders.
You just copied what I said. Rams.
Whatever you say, Daddy.
Good boy. I'm going to kill myself. Rams, the Sunday night game, Rams at the Lions. Lions giving 4.5 at home. Victor?
Rams, I guess. I don't fucking know. I don't know fucking football. I lose money wherever I gamble. I don't know what you want me to do.
That's why you're here. That's why this is a sports show. It makes me look good. Yeah, give me the Lions at home. I think the Rams are just if the Rams were a girl, they'd be a 6. Put it that way. Yeah, what I'm saying? They'd be a 5.5 or 6. They're okay. They're fine. I date them, marry them. Probably.
You're not gonna regret it.
It'll do for the night.
Yeah, but the Lions have some sexiness to them. Yeah, give me the Lions despite the points, minus 4.5. Over under there is 52, by the way, folks. Bang that under. Week 1, the unders hit more than normal. Give me the under the 52, and give me the Lions minus 4.5 Sunday night. Ladies and gentlemen, your main event Monday night, my Jim Stansel's New York Jets at the cesspool that is San Francisco and the 49ers. Niners are giving 4.5 at home. Victor, please.
Lock of the week. This is the Niners, buddy.
Whoa.
Lock of the week. Sorry.
Well, I think this is an easy one. I did not realize the spread was so big. Give me the Jets, absolutely, plus the 4.5. They can lose by a field goal and still cover easily. I think the Jets win outright here, baby. As if you watched the show last year, you know I don't think Brock Purdy. I think Brock Purdy is another guy who's like a 6. If he was a girl, he'd be a 6. He's a game manager, that's the racial slur for white quarterbacks. Game manager. He's a
Not
game
gay manager.
Oh, that's Victor, gay manager. So yeah, I love the Jets here. I know it's a bit of a homer pick, but I think Rodgers always has over the last few years. Has a lot of people like to say negative things. I think Rodgers. Well, I know Rodgers. Watched his preseason. Like as I said, easiest way to put it is still has his fastball, puts it on the spot. Tons of weapons, and we got Wilson, Breece Hall, Lazard, his old boy. And then you got Conklin at tight end. Our tight ends are decent too. An upgraded offensive line. And forget about it. You know I'm a defensive All-American. I fucking love our defense. Quinnen Williams was he tackled the end. He goes back and forth. Probably the best in the league. Sauce Gardner there in the backfield. Who am I missing? I don't have it in front of me because knowing too much about sports is also gay. But yeah, give me the Jets and the 4.5. Courtney, what do you say? One more time.
Whatever you say, Daddy.
Beautiful, folks. Those are the picks for week 1 of the NFL season. Now I saw, hold on. Technical difficulties. Oh, I did it again. There we go. Let's just do, let's take a look at the poor people chat before we say goodbye. Oh, wait, hold on. Noodles Live. $5. Courtney, I live in New Jersey. I'm sort of wealthy, and I kind of have hair on my head. I'm like Bruce Willis, but not famous.
That's beautiful.
How far away is Courtney from here?
I'm on the other side of the country.
About 5
You're really
hours.
in Washington? You're over there in Oregon or whatever?
Yeah, I'm in Washington. Yep.
I'll be out
there.
there.
Cool. Very cool. Nice.
I'll be out there. All right, let's quickly go because I'm a man of my word. Let me just go through these pathetic poor people chats, see if anything.
What poor chat? Wait, poor.
No, just a live chat. I'm just seeing if anything catches my eye from poor pieces of shit who didn't pay for anything. Even though they pay these other shows, which is just lazy. These other shows, which are especially MLC and all the shows he talks about, the Shoolies and the whatever, they're all just shows who talk about other people's shows and don't barely make any original content of their own. Unlike here, where every single show is original content. But you want to keep giving your money to them, you go ahead and do that, you fucking losers. Anywho.
Absolutely.
Oh, Kish was at the top. He said, howdy, gang. I'm an hour and 6 minutes late, but what's up, Kish? You ever dated a you know what? Husey wants to know. The ugly man from England.
Oh, a black person? Is that what he's asking?
Yeah.
Or no.
Transvestite?
I only date white men. Hello.
Whoa.
What about a tranny?
Clip
What
it.
about a white tranny?
No.
Asking for a friend.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Charlotte, Lady KB, the beautiful, voluptuous Lady KB, mentioned the Charlotte starter jacket. I had a Bulls starter jacket. But yes, the Hornets and the Dolphins were the, at least in the tri-state, those were, and the Cowboys were the go-to starter jackets here in the 90s. Jesse James, just because he said my tagline, Mike Tomlin is a Mongo Bongo rack.
Oh, yeah.
Jews allowed, of course. Noodles
Yes,
live.
yes.
Of course. It seems a little bit.
Of course.
Random question. How do you know a cabal Jew versus a regular nice Jew? How do you know the difference?
I don't associate with any of them, so.
Oh, for real?
No idea. No.
Kind of my business, you have to. In me and Ashley's business, you kind of have to.
Well, I wouldn't know. I'm retarded, so.
You can say that because you actually are.
That's true.
Top points. I hope you understand that.
You know what? I've heard this, and guess what?
You don't have the eyes, but if you did, you'd be even a point more.
Oh man. Well, you know what? I'll look into eye surgery to.
When you do makeup, try to make them look more retarded.
You're gonna need eye surgery after you see my penis later. Now, folks, nothing else of note in the poor people chat. If you thought you got passed over, well, then next week, put some money behind it. Courtney, what's your YouTube channel? What are you plugging besides yourself later? Looking at my penis picture.
Yes. Well, tonight is my birthday stream at 9 p.m. Eastern. At Was That Courtney is the channel. Oh my God, I don't know words. I'm fucking hungover. Anyway, so yes, Was That Courtney is my YouTube channel. You can also follow me on Twitter or Instagram or whatever, and that's also Was That Courtney. Yeah. But tonight I'll be eating cupcakes and drinking Prosecco and having a good old time. And so join me. Oh my God, this is miserable. Why would anybody listen to me talk right now? But I promise you it'll be better tonight after I take a nap.
Take a nap. Well, I'll send you something once we're done here for your payment, and then you could you have a nice nap afterwards, if you know what I mean. Victor, what do you have? Any award shows like Ashley Marie Thornton has?
No, I have no success in my life, which is nothing new. I mean, the good news is I own the financial industry, so I'm fucking everybody over. So I'll go back to gambling again.
He paid for it. I got to read it. Noodles Live. Courtney blew me.
I mean, it's a gentleman's invitation as far as I'm concerned.
Noodles may have dipped into the sauce a little early. It is Friday, so good.
It is Friday. It is Friday.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, good for you, Noodles.
Noted, Noodles. You paid for it. I read it. I'm a man of my word. Folks, patreon.com, Ski Mask Media. Shit was just uploaded today. $3 gets you everything, and it helps us out. We like the Patreon over Super Chats anyway, so go over there. I've noticed we've tacked on. We're adding shit every week just about. End of summer, as always, here on Ski Mask Media. Last couple weeks are light. As I travel the world, and Ski Mask, we'll hopefully see Ski Mask. Ski Mask is dealing with a lot. We'll hopefully hear from him. I don't want to, I want to save that for our flagship show. But folks, patreon.com, Ski Mask Media. I put some stuff, as I said, on members only on this channel just today. Some fun stuff. So become a member as well. You can support us. At DaveD23 is my accountant's Venmo, and he sends that right to me. So I can't be trusted with money. I don't know who that is. I think that's about it, folks. I'm glad this new setup worked. I'll just get a light for next time, maybe, but this is good. The NFL season is underway. Enjoy the game tonight. Let's go, Mets. Jets. And we'll see you next week. Godspeed, everyone.